Hey guys, hope all are doing great, and this is Satish, and as I already promised to you guys, so I'll be doing the complete each subject's analysis for your CMF, starting from your foundation level, intermediate 1 and 2, and foundation 3, and final 3 and 4. Yeah, so each subject I'll be thoroughly try to analyze and so that you can refer this as a just a base for your further analysis. Yeah, so the reason I'm telling this is each person will have his or her own way of analyzing the paper or analyzing any stuff, whatever, for that matter. Yeah, so I'll just try to attempt to analyze as per my thinking, my way of learning the things. So take this as a base and ensure that you follow rigorously how you can analyze before you attempt studying any of the subjects. Yeah, so the reason I'm doing this series is that is 20 subjects, whatever the topics or the the papers what we have the CMA course. So I thought I'll do each paper. The reason is many students, many aspirants are directly jump into the topics in each of the subject without analyzing what is that subject, what are the important things which are to be considered in that particular subject. And also if you see each of the a group, it clearly says a foundation. You need to know the foundation, you need to know the basics of the subject, so you need to know the fundamentals of economic and fundamentals of management. Yeah, so similar way you just need to analyze each of the paper, then decide what is easier for you, very very important, which is interesting for you, second aspect. And the third thing is pick based on the uh, topic which are very very important for the examination point of view only. Remember, till you qualify your CMA, you are a student, you are an aspirant, you are an aspiring student only, so you're not called as a cost and management accountant. Yeah, so that is the reason, do an thorough analysis and ensure that you pick important topics, prepare as per your analysis, the study planner, then write the examination. I can bet and tell you, if in case if you do this rigorously for all the subjects which are you're going to write in your examination, I can assure you that you will succeed in your journey. Yeah, perfect. So before starting the paper one, so I thought I will just have some of the key points for you. So this is just a slide. However, I'll be discussing this at the end of the each subject. So for foundation, I thought like all these key points are very very important, starting from paper 1 to paper 4. However, for other subjects in the intermediate and final, I'll be having a separate key points which will be at the topic level, at the study materials, based on the study materials and the subjects. Yeah, so in the today's subjects, so we are going to talk about the paper 1 of our foundation. Remember, this is the paper 1, and you need to talk about the fundamentals of economics and remember management. So you are in cost and management accountant, so you need to know what is important, that is fundamental importance of the uh, economics and management paper. Yeah, so okay, so as I already mentioned to you guys, so as soon as I, this is what my experience, guys. So as soon as I get the textbook for any of the subjects in my intermediate or finals, as soon as I used to start from the contents, thinking okay, so economics, it will have basics of concepts, and it will have the scope, it will have the fundamentals concept, it will have supply, demand, and equilibrium, all those things. And directly I used to start preparing based on the number of pages. This had fetched me a good result, but not as expected by a professional. Yeah, so I thought, why not I do in a complete analysis which is already available in the study material for each of the subject which institute has clearly provided to us. Let me zoom this bigger. Yeah, perfect. So let me do this to you guys. So that is the intention. I thought I will do this one to you guys, so use this as a base. Yeah, okay, so getting 40 marks is difficult, you will be thinking, yes, right, but as per my analysis, it is easier. And only the challenge is to get the 50 percentage of the marks to complete your each of the group or each of the subjects, whatever it is. Okay, for that, what you need to do, ensure that you get 40 marks or 40% in each of the subject, and put together you are supposed to get 50%. Yeah, that should be your intention. Yeah, so for that, what you need to do, simple, open your each of your subject, that is your study material, and see the subjects which is clearly says FEM, which is your fundamentals of economics and management. Very, very important. So now you understood this subject talks about the economics, which you might have already studied in your +1, +2, or your graduation, or any of the degrees which you guys have done, and management for some extent you might have already studied, but if in case if you're new, do not worry, because institute is testing you at the fundamental level. Yeah, perfect. So once if you're able to understand this one, it becomes easier, my life becomes easier. Yeah, so remember, institute has clearly given the passing, I mean the percentage which will be contributed by each of this topic. So it says fundamentals of economics carries 50 marks and fundamentals of management carries 50%. I mean 50%. Yeah, it becomes easier. So 50% here, 50% here, and you're good, and you understood that what is the importance of your, I mean the percentage which is allocated for each of the subject. Yeah, and once this is done, you need to know the assessment strategy, which everyone knows. There will be a written examination of 3 hours. Everyone knows. Yes, in case if you are new to the CMA course, do not think it is an objective type of question wherein you'll just go and tick the options out of 4 or 5, whatever it is, then you will be qualifying. No, it's a different course. Then you need to know the objectives. So to gain the basics economics and understand the concept, remember the concept of management at the macro level as well as the micro level. Understood? Perfect. This is what you need to know. And institute, what it's expecting from a learner, it is expecting the learning aims as understand the basic concepts of economics at the macro and the micro level, including the conceptualize the basics of management, that is the principles of management. Yeah, so if you're not understanding these things, trust me, it becomes very, very difficult for you to grab that 50% of the marks, which is very, very relevant for a person to qualify in any of the groups in CMA journey. Yeah, perfect. So with this, we'll go to the contents. Okay, so level of skill which is required is requiring the skill levels of knowledge and comprehension. Yeah, so you understood this is the level A. So we have level A, we have level B, so we have level. So you will be tested at 3 different levels. So since you are in the foundation level, you will be tested at the level A. Yeah, so ensure this is fundamentals. Okay, so with this we'll go to the contents, which is having very easy concepts. If you ask me, if in case if you've done +1, +2 or graduation, foundation completion will be very, I mean completing the foundation level is very, very easy, because I do have the students who have still pursuing graduation, and they feel very, very easy to understand the concept what we have currently in the foundation paper 1 of economics and the management. Yeah, so this carries 50% and this carries 50%. Easy to understand, and very, very important is the weightage. So under 50% of economics, institute has given basic concepts of economics at 20%, forms of market again at the 20%, and money and the banking at the 10%. Yeah, so this is what you need to understand, guys. So without knowing this, do not jump to the studying of the subject. So I would like to reiterate and tell you guys that you are an professional, and you are supposed to be as a professional, prepare as a professional, write your examination professional. Yeah, so that is what makes one differentiated when you have been compared with any of the other courses which is not a professional courses. Yeah, so you understood that this carries 20%, and here is a checkpoint. So this carries 20%, so ensure that you prepare at least 80% of the things from this 20 percentage of the marks. So let's say you have 20 marks given to this one. So in case if you are having important topics, you can pick those important topic, and whichever is very very interesting for you. At least if you are able to get 17 to 18 marks in this one, and you are done, you are off the way. Similar way you can follow to this one, which is the forms of market. So similar way, in case if you are working professional, I mean like working as well as continue your CMA Foundation, you will be already having some information, some knowledge about your money and the banking. So you can try to write all those experiences in this one. Yeah, so you got to know that at least out of 50%, as per my experience, whatever I have with the future aspirant, that is the CMA aspirant, it will be easier for them to get 50 percentage from this 50 percentage. So you have 50 percentage given to the economics, so out of that 50 percentage is easy to get. That means 25 marks. Very very easy, guys. Only thing is you should be having the strategy in place. Do not jump as soon as you get the textbook. So similar way you can prepare for your management, which carries a 50%. However, there is no breakup given for this management. What I suggest is prepare the topics which is very very interesting for you at the first instance, and accordingly you can keep learning other important questions or the topics based on the previous year question papers. Yeah, so hope you are able to understand this one. So also you need to ensure that institute also mentions the basics, whatever you are going to study in your each of the subject, that also you need to prepare. So we have many of the topics. If you see here, we have the utility, wealth, production. You also have the demand, law of demand. All these things you might have already studied in your +1 +2, including the equilibrium and theory of production. Very very important, very very important and easy to understand in case if you studied this couple of times. Yeah, so cost of production, some people might feel little difficulty because of the some of the concept what we have in the marginal costing, total and variable, along with the other cost what we have in this first topic. Yeah, so prepare and plan based on your interest and play based on the planner. Yeah, similar way you have for the forms of market, you have money, and as you know this also carries 20%, this also carries 10%. So you can prepare based on these things whichever is interested for you, and accordingly you can complete your part A in the economics. Yeah, so when it comes to the fundamentals of management, as I already mentioned, some people might feel little difficulty because of the advanced level of topics or the terminologies has been used in this management. However, if in case if you are good in understanding some of the English and the basics of, I mean the meanings of some of the basics English words, it becomes easier for you. So you need to understand about the planning, organizing, staffing, leading, control, communication, coordination. Ensure this is very very important. You need to prepare without even missing any of the concepts. Yeah, so also you need to remember about these things which will mostly work in an organizations wherein you will have a power, you will have authority. Delegate the authority, responsibility and accountability, which is also very very important for a professional like CMA. Yeah, some people will be or like a born leader, so they don't want any motivation, they don't want anyone to come and keep motivating them to act as a leadership. In case if you are in that category, trust me, leadership and motivation is just a cakewalk for you guys to understand the concept. Yeah, so similar way decision making, I think you will have a very very basic things in the decision making concepts. So prepare well based on your interest, I already mentioned. So all these things should be prepared based on your interest. In case if you're passionate about your cost and management accountancy course, this topic, that is the fundamentals of management, will be an just a easier task for you. Yeah, so this is a smiley. Perfect. Okay, if in case if you keep going to the further pages, you will be having the contents at the page level. Okay, page number wise. So the reason I just mentioned this to you guys, as soon as you see the question paper, I mean the textbook, you will come to know, okay, this subject has 100 pages, 200 pages, 300 pages. Oh my god, when do I complete all this topics within the stipulated time? In case if you break those things into bits and pieces, it becomes easier for you. Yeah, so considering those things, Do not worry about number of pages. Number of pages is always a disappointing factor for everyone, including myself. Yeah, so do not worry, understand the concept. That's very, very important. Yeah, so in case if you're understanding the concept, it becomes easier for you. So what I would suggest to you guys is, have a planner, ensure that you have including all this topic and subtopics in your planner, and try to see how many of the each topic and subtopics having number of pages. And let's say this is having around 18 pages, and let's say this is having around 29 to 30 pages. Yeah, so let me delete this and go to the other thing. Just an example for you guys. Okay, so let's say this theory of production has around 8 pages, 8 to 9 pages, and let's say theory of cost has around 18 to 19 pages. So similar way you have market, which is around 19 pages. Okay, so I hope you understood. Let me delete and keep moving, so that I'll try to have a shorter video as possible, because this is the first video. I thought I'll do neatly before you understand anything in the other thing. So this might have an around 19 pages considering previous and this pages. And if in case if I keep moving, okay, I have to click this. Okay, so you have the bank, so which carries around 100 minus 119 is around um, 16 to 17 pages. Okay, and then you have management, which is having we have the money market, which is having around 8 to 10 pages. So similar way we have the management process around 50 to 52 pages. Yeah, so let's say this is having 50 pages, or around 50 to rough calculation. So management of concepts, let's say you have around 20 pages. Okay, so similar way you can keep doing this in your study planner, and ensure you try to cover at least 5 to 10 pages every day. Very, very important. So 5 to 10 pages is not a big deal, guys, if you ask me, considering the level of skill which is required in the future, that is in the intermediate and final level. This becomes very, very easy for you guys to understand. So this carries around 20 and 30 pages, I believe. So similar way, keep marking all those things. Calculating the number of pages of each of this topic and subtopic, and miracle happens if in case if you do this one. The reason why I'm telling is, in case if you break this into pieces and sub pieces, it becomes easier for you. I'll just open an Excel for you guys, and I'll just show you how you can do in planning, so that this can be followed for all the subject guys. So since I'm not prepared that in an Excel, you can try to have let's say which is the first topic. So we have just like seeing in my pages and updating. So we have basic concepts of economics. So similar way, let's say this is having around yeah, so this is having around 18 pages. So you can split this into the number of days. Day 1 you can try to study at least 5 pages. So day 2 you can try to have another 5 pages, and day 3 you can try to increase that by 8 pages, so that this becomes 18 pages. That means you are able to complete your 18 pages within a period of 3 days. Becomes easier. So this is how you need to plan, guys. So in case if you try to adopt this strategy, completing your, let me see, yeah, so completing your fundamentals of economics and management is not at all a difficult task for you. Yeah, so similar approach I'll be talking about other subjects in the upcoming videos. So hope you enjoyed. So as I already mentioned, this is not a 100% strategy for you guys. So based on my experience, based on my interaction, based on the strategies whatever I followed during my student life, that I'm sharing with you guys. So see which point will be helpful for you. Accordingly prepare a planner, prepare an analysis based on the stuff whatever is given in your study material, and then start your planner, that is put your planner into an action, so that by end you will complete your syllabus complete 100% without missing. And in case if you're not able to complete your 100% also, no problem, pick the important topic, pick the important subjects, pick the important questions, practical whatever it is, or the law subjects carry some of the laws, case laws, something like that, right? So pick those things. Based on that, you can prepare your subject. Yeah, perfect. I think this is what I wanted to share with you guys. So as I already mentioned, I have something special for you guys. So key points, remember, as I already mentioned, you can pick some of the important points. So for entire foundation level, this is not only for paper 1 of foundation, this is for paper 1, paper 2, paper 3 and paper 4 of the foundation level. Yeah, so ensure you list the formulas in a sheet, and ensure you will be keep revisiting these things every day whenever you walk in near your room or your study table, and stick this thing near your study table, and at least glance at least once or twice in a day, so it becomes easier for you to remember. Especially in the mathematics and economics, you might be having some of the formulas. I think you'll also have some of the formulas or the formats in an accounting subject that also you can have. So try to have a 30 days planner, because although as I already mentioned, 30 days is more, 20 days is more sufficient for a person to complete the foundation, or I mean like one subject in a foundation, guys. So 30 days is given a maximum. You can pick based on the capability whatever you are having. Yeah, so as already mentioned, you need to know the fundamentals, definitions, meaning of each chapter, yeah, or each topic. Also you need to ensure that the MCQs given at the end of the each chapter must be studied without fail. Remember, this is a one person who will help you to get a very good marks in your examination. Yeah, so 2 revisionary is sufficient. So after completing this one before the examination, I mean like 3-4 days of before the examination, you can try to have 2 revisionary planner and complete before the examination due. Yeah, so I already suggested to most of the students in many of my videos, mock test is a must, guys. At least one mock test is very important. So in case if you're writing the professional course for the first time, so I would suggest 2 mock test is more sufficient. So question papers of mock test, everything is available in the institute portal. Go to icmai.in portal. Under the student section, you'll have all the question paper of the previous attempts, including the suggested answers. You can try to have download the revisionary test paper, mock test paper, and practice test paper. All those things will be a great uh, support for you to know at what level you are currently in, so that it becomes easier for you to understand yourself before the examination. Yeah, so question paper also can be downloaded. Along with that, you need to remember, you need to write your examination as a professional. Do not write as a +1 +2 or a graduation student. You are a professional. Write in a neat format. Do not worry about the final answer. So final answer might be a right or wrong, doesn't matter. In case if you follow a right approach, step 1 2 3 4 5, whatever it is, trust me, you are off way in getting a good marks in that particular topic or subtopic in your examination. Yeah, so follow a professional approach, or a detailed, a strategic way I would like to mention to you guys. Yeah, so know the formula of each topic before selecting questions in your examinations. Yeah, so as soon as I get the question paper, I used to just directly go and start writing the examination, the answers in the examination. So do not do that kind of mistakes, because we were not having any of the guidance or support from any of the experts. So I would like to share those experiences with you guys. So remember, as soon as you get the question paper, take a deep breath, relax yourself, and then see how much of marks carries each of the questions. Pick the best one. Pick the person who gives a best marks for you guys. So in case if you're prepared good in management, prepare important subject of management topics. If in case you're prepared economics, prepare some of the interesting or the easy topic which you feel can get a good marks. Yeah, so pick those things. Based on that, remember, you also need to ensure that you are correctly remembering the formula. Without doubt, you should be sure 101% that yes, you are knowing the formula, and that is the question you need to select, and you need to keep attempting in your examination. Yeah, so this entire point applies to our entire foundation level, guys. As I already mentioned to you guys, when I come to the intermediate and the final, I'll be giving some of the key points at the subject level. Yeah, okay, perfect. I think I try to give maximum. I know the first video has become little lengthy, so try to understand the importance of these things, strategy analysis, before attempting any of the professional courses. Yeah, okay, so we'll meet in the next video. This is Satish signing off for the day. Sweet checker, and bye bye.